You're listening to an iHeart podcast.
Some stands for So Others Mighty, and I am a grateful beneficiary. That's how I started my journey of recovery. 15 years later, I'm gainfully employed. I moved from homelessness to a safe and secure place to owning my own home today. If these walls could talk, they would say safety.
JP Morgan Chase Community Development Banking understands that the buildings we invest in are more than just four walls. They are you. They are us. They are Washington, D.C.
Member Week is here at Lowe's. Don't miss your chance to get up to 40% off hundreds of items like paint, outdoor and home essentials, and more. Shop our exclusive deals happening in-store and online now through May 14th. Not a rewards member? Join for free today and get ready to save more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Hello, from Wonder Media Network, I'm Jenny Kaplan, and this is Womanica. This month we're talking about word weavers, people who coined terms, popularized words, and even created entirely new languages. These activists, writers, artists, and scholars used language to shape ideas and give voice to experiences that once had no name. A woman lies in her bed asleep, dreaming a vivid dream. In it, 7 glowing orbs of light appear around her, one by one. The orbs shapeshift into faces, half male and half female. These faces, her ancestors, speak to her. And when she wakes, she realizes she's been told of almost forgotten knowledge. Knowledge that was understood before the colonizers came, when her land was free. The term today's Womanica discovered in her dream was Two-Spirit, and it helped reframe how modern Indigenous communities understand queer identity. Please welcome Myra Laramee. Myra Laramee was born and raised in inner-city Winnipeg, Canada. Myra is a member of both the Métis and Cree nations. Her parents, Mary and Ernie, were influential in starting the Manitoba Métis Federation, the government for the Métis people. In the late 1980s, Myra joined the board of the Manitoba Métis Federation and started gaining her footing as a community leader. Then in 1990, Myra had her life-altering dream. In the dream, the grandmothers and grandfathers appeared to her as dual-faced orbs, containing both feminine and masculine features. They told Myra that she was one of them, and she had been like them since the beginning of time. They told her that her gift was to see the world in two sights. The name they gave Myra for this identity, translated in English, is Two-Spirit. Two-Spirit is an Indigenous understanding of queer identity. The term does not directly translate to either gay or trans, but it more so encapsulates a fluidity and variety of genders, sexual identities, and spiritual identities. This understanding is explicitly outside of the European Christian heteronormative definitions or binaries. As Myra has said, the sacredness of Two-Spirit is to see the world from two directions. You need to look down the middle, between the two of them, and see God's truth. When you see that truth, then you can open your mouth and say something. Until then, shut the frig up. Although the term Two-Spirit was not used prior to Myra's dream, throughout history there are records of two-spirited peoples across many Indigenous cultures. It's believed that same-sex relationships or dressing as the opposite sex was normalized to some degree across tribal nations in the Americas prior to European colonization. Myra's understanding of Two-Spirit began to take hold when she brought her vision up for conversation at Indigenous conferences. In group conversations, the term Two-Spirit was accepted by the Indigenous queer community and solidified at the 3rd Annual Intertribal Native American First Nations Gay and Lesbian American Conference. Though not all modern nations accepted the term Two-Spirit, given that there are hundreds of Indigenous groups across the United States and Canada with their own definitions and language. Nevertheless, after centuries of the suppression of queer Indigenous identity, Myra was foundational in bringing back a movement that centered non-binary, anti-colonialist understandings. As a traditional Indigenous knowledge keeper, Myra has been dedicated to the resurgence and preservation of Indigenous knowledge throughout her career. She received her PhD at the University of Manitoba. Her thesis was titled, Teaching and Learning as an Act of Love, an examination of the impact of 7 traditional Indigenous teaching practices in a teacher education and on teachers' classroom practices. And she wrote several papers, including Making Sense of Aboriginal Education in Canadian Public Schools, a case study of 4 inner-city elementary principals and their vision of Aboriginal education. Myra has taught classes to educators on how to incorporate Indigenous ways of knowing into their classrooms. She co-founded the Aboriginal Teaching Circle, writes curricula focused on Indigenous pedagogy and languages, and has served as principal of an inner-city school for 35 years. In 2009, she was awarded the Outstanding Aboriginal Educator Award by the Canadian Teachers Federation. And in 2012, Myra was awarded the Kani Kanichi Keeping the Fires Burning Award that celebrates big-hearted women. Myra was specifically recognized for her exemplary knowledge and work nurturing her community. Myra has dedicated her life to ensuring that people do not fall ignorant of Indigenous life, history, practices, and knowledge. It creates a sickness amongst people, she says, and it's bad when we put our actions into work with lack of knowledge. A lack of knowledge is a disgrace, and it's your problem, and there's 100 ways to learn and to change. Myra is a wisdom keeper and is still seen as a transformational educator and community member to this day. All month, we're talking about word weavers. For more information, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Womanica Podcast. Special thanks to Liz Kaplan, my favorite sister and co-creator. Talk to you tomorrow.
When you're with Amex Business Platinum, going the extra mile for your business pays off. With 5 times membership rewards points on flights and prepaid hotels booked through AmexTravel.com, you can earn more points to help grow your business. And with access to more than 1,400 lounges globally through the American Express Global Lounge Collection, including the Centurion Lounge,
Can I get you a refill?
you can stay fresh wherever your business travel takes you. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/Amex Business.
Some stands for so others might eat, and I am a grateful beneficiary. That's how I started my journey of recovery. 15 years later, I'm gainfully employed. I've moved from homelessness to a safe and secure place to owning my own home today. If these walls could talk, they would say safety.
JP Morgan Chase Community Development Banking understands that the buildings we invest in are more than just 4 walls. They are you. They are us. They are Washington, D.C.
You're listening to an iHeart podcast.